Hey guys, so you asked for these two poses and we are going to take a look at how to do them safely and properly so that you can enjoy your practice. So we're going to be taking a look at up dog and shoulder stand. We'll talk about how to keep yourself safe while you practice these two wonderful poses. One is a heart opener, one's an inversion, so both of them are great. Let's get to it. So the first pose we're going to be looking at is up dog, one of my absolute favorite poses, and a great way to start getting your heart nice and open. What's important to remember about back bends is that we are very used to thinking about having to get the back bend opening through the lower spine when we really should be focusing a little bit more in the thoracic space in order to keep the lower spine safe. First thing you want to do is check your hands. So are they right next to your chest? If they are, slide them back toward the rib cage and then roll the shoulders away from the ears, squeezing the elbows in toward one another. If you let your elbows kind of flop down, you'll have no strength here. So you want to make sure you give it a nice squeeze. Now, the difference between up dog and cobra is going to be all in the legs. When we're moving into cobra, everything pretty much stays on the earth. Pelvic bone, legs, tops of the feet, everything stays down. When we're talking about up dog, we're going a little bit deeper and using the strength of the core and the legs and the hands. So everything is active. So shoulders back, elbows in, strong core, start to lift up. Now here, everything is off the floor. My knees are off the floor, my hips are off the floor, and the shoulders are nice and open. One thing that's very common once you start practicing this pose is the tendency to immediately want to drop the head back, and that sort of gives you the sensation of going a little bit deeper into the pose. However, what you want to do instead is try to think about opening the shoulders and pushing the center of the heart forward instead of thinking about craning the neck back too much, because that's going to compress your spine up here. So instead, from here, everything is nice and stable. And then start to slowly come up using the core, using those bandhas and your breath. If you stop right about here first, knees off the floor, and say you end up a little bit down here, you really want to get enough strength into the shoulders that you're not drooping down. So in other words, don't start wearing your shoulders as earrings. Instead, push away so that you elongate the neck. And you can also do this. You can take a little break. You can bend the elbows softly, draw everything in and extend. So the motion really comes between the shoulder blades. And I'll do that again so you can take a look. So once again, the hands are next to the ribs, not the chest. The reason why the difference in the placement of the hands is keeping the hands a little bit further back is going to put less pressure in the lower spine, which is going to help keep you safe. So you want to think about it in those terms. So hands next to the ribs, shoulders back and away from the ears. No earrings as shoulders or shoulders as earrings. And then from here, pressing gently onto the floor, taking the knees up as well as you come up. Pelvic floor up, knees off. Maybe bend the elbows slowly, and then slowly open as you bring the shoulder blades in toward one another. So I'll show you this pose from a different angle just so you can see, hopefully you can see a little bit better what the shoulder blades are doing. So on the belly, sliding the hands more toward the ribs, not the chest, shoulders back, elbows in, tops of the feet are down. Also try not to let the feet drop out. So if your feet are angled out, you're probably going to hurt your knees. You want to make sure the tops of the feet are settled onto the earth, and you're using the strength of the core to lift up, hands down. Then you can take a little break, bend the elbows, shoulder blades in. Good. And then to come out, you can either soften the knees and lower them, tuck the toes, and move into down dog, or if you want a little bit of reflexology for your tops of the feet, what you're going to do instead is slowly, once you come up, roll over the tops of the feet A lot of core work, nice little reflexology there, and there you have it. So that is our up dog.